So today I'm going to be switching it up. We've got in front of us WMMA5. If you're not familiar on what this is, it's a text style game. It's a UFC simulator, like a football sim, like a one of those basketball sims where you don't watch the gameplay. You just book the fights. You run the promotion. It's Madden franchise essentially, or 2K franchise, without actually playing or watching the fights play out. So that's what I'm doing today. If you're not familiar with what this is, just sit back, relax, enjoy. The way I like to play is very sandboxy, very arcadey. You know, you can get as in depth in this game as you want, and I just like to max out the money, make everyone fight each other. You know, no one can turn down contracts. I like to close down most of the promotions, absorb the top fighters, champions from other promotions. One, it makes the game run a lot smoother and faster when you're simming. And two, I enjoy having a large roster and just making like dream fights, or just making fights in matchmaking. That's what I do. I don't really do the strategics behind it. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, where it's just me going through matchmaking, simming fights, I don't think I'll record me booking like matchups or anything. I know some people who record this game do that. I think I'm just going to strictly do video by video of the events that we have. So I fucked up the first video. We did start with, this is a modern day save, so I think it was last updated right before the first fight of the year, right before UFC 324. So I had 324 booked, Paddy versus Gaethje for the interim belt. I had that card booked. I recorded the video, and my audio fucking captured through my headset, so I sound like I'm talking in another room, and it sounds like I'm underwater. So I'm obviously not going to use that. I scrapped it. So we're going to start with UFC 325. We'll go through 324. Some crazy stuff happened, but like I said, I'm just going to be going fight through fight. I'll sim through up until the main card, I think, and then we'll go click through. So we'll walk you through the process if you're not familiar with this game, but it should be a good time. All right. So I'll jump in to the results from 324 real quick. UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblett. These are the prelims. Ty Miller beat Adam Fugit. Ricky Tercios beat Cameron Smotherman. Denzel Freeman beat Josh Hokett, which Hokett is one of the better up-and-coming heavyweight prospects, but he lost. He won in real life. Michael Johnson beat Alexander Hernandez. So, yes, we did have fights that were called off on this card. We did have Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison as the co-main. So Michael Johnson did beat Alexander Hernandez. Alex Perez beat Charles Johnson by a knockout. Buskauskas beat Krylov. Gautier knocked out Andre Pulyaev via kick, a knockout kick. Rose Namajunas beat Natalia Silva by a TKO, which is very rare in women's MMA. She got robbed in real life. You know, that's what people were saying. Umar beat Figueiredo by unanimous decision. Leading off the prelims, jumping into the main card, you had Arnold Allen beating Gene Silva via TKO round 2. That was a crazy fight. That one fight of the night. Derek Lewis beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. So 2 fights that happened in real life that were flipped in the game. Sean O'Malley comfortably beating Song Yadong, unanimous decision. Amanda Nunes put an ass whooping on Kayla Harrison. A knockout in round 2, like a flush knockout. No TKO. It was a knockout against the fence. It was wild. And then Paddy Pimblett defeated Justin Gaethje. Gaethje had a point taken away from him. He grabbed the fence 2 times in a row. He absolutely got smothered. If we can look into the stats real quick. Fight metrics. Gaethje did absolutely fuck all. He had 1 punch, 1 significant strike, 33 jabs, and a whole lot of nothing. He had 3 ground strikes. Paddy took him down 9 fucking times. Paddy went for 3 submissions. He wasn't successful. Like I said, it was a unanimous decision. Gaethje did have a point taken away from him, so it was 50-44. Paddy just had his fucking way with Gaethje. Just smothered him against the fence. kept tripping him, getting takedowns, constantly going for submissions. He didn't really land anything crazy himself. Like, he had a significant knee. He didn't land anything on the feet, really, and only 26 ground strikes. So it was really just kind of a smother fest from Paddy Pimblett. Gaethje literally did not do anything this fight. So that sets us up nicely for Ilya versus Paddy, which everyone wants to see. I'm sorry, no one wants to see big-ass Rufus versus Ilya. He's going to get slimed the fuck out. We all wanted the storyline of Paddy and Ilya, but it didn't happen. But we will see how it plays out in the game. So that was UFC 324. I'll jump into UFC 325. There are some different fights than what happened in real life. Fights I think that should have happened or been on the card. So we'll jump right into that. UFC 325. And as you can see, we have Volk versus Movsar Evloev. The fight I think should have happened. In real life, obviously Lopez got the title fight. Volk beat Lopez in a rematch. I think it should have been Movsar. I think a lot of people thought it should have been him or Murphy. For the co-main, you have JDM versus Prates, a fight that is likely going to happen, but I just bumped it up to bolster this card. So JDM versus Prates in a badass fight as the co-main. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. Rafael Fiziev versus Marcio Rufi. And Quillen Salkid versus Jamie Malarkey starting off the main card. The prelims, for the most part, I'm pretty sure it's the fucking same as real life. You had Tai Tuivasa. We bumped that down because that was a blob fest versus Taliesin Teixeira. Dustin Jacoby versus Jimmy the Brute Crute. I'm pretty sure this fight was supposed to happen, but it just got canceled, so I made it and put it on this card again. Junior Tafa, Billy Alicana, Cam Rouston, Cody Brundage, Jacob Malkoon, Torres Finney. You see the rest. It's the prelims, man. All right, so let's get it on. 325. Let's go through the picks. You'll have the people going through and make, see who they're gonna pick. So 7 people right here down here think Volkanovski is gonna win. Nobody, absolutely nobody thinks Movsar is gonna win. JDM is the favorite with 5 people picking him. 2 people picking Prates. Hooker, the big favorite over Saint Denis, which is kind of crazy. Fiziev over Rufi. We all saw how that played out in real life. Rufi knocked him the fuck out. Salkid. No one is picking Quillen Salkid. That's kind of crazy, man. 7 people for Jamie Malarkey in this. All right. 7 people picking. I don't know why the fuck his name is. Anyways, Taliesin Teixeira. Everyone is thinking he is going to win. And we will skip these. Starting off, UFC 325, beginning the prelims. Aaron Tao versus Zalgis. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to fucking say his name. Anyway, so I'll show you what we will do. So through the main card, or if it gets to be too long, or depending on like what you guys prefer. So like what you can do, what this game is you go through, you hit the next, or you can obviously go back. So it introduces the fighters. The referee is Jason Herzog for this bout. Tells you the judges. Fight begins. And so you could just keep clicking next until it's like a play-by-play until the fight's over. So the 2 fighters stand and trade strikes. Neither lands anything. They come together and strike again. Tao misses a missed. Tao, holy shit, I can't talk. Tao counters a missed roundhouse kick. So it's like this. So for the main card or just the championship fights, depending on how we feel or the time of the videos, if they get to be too long, you can see obviously the betting lines down here. Tao is the heavy favorite at a minus 340. But with the prelims and such, we will just skip to the end, see who's the winner. It'll tell you how they win. And so Aaron Tao defeats Zako via unanimous decision. Fight was rated as great. So being the favorite, Aaron Tao wins. He shows respect. Moving on, we got Cody Haddon versus Lawrence Louis. Haddon is the favorite. He defeats him via Kimura in round 2. The fight was rated as fantastic. That's what we like to see. All right. Prelims getting finishes. This is why he loves MMA. That was an amazing fight, Cody Haddon. This is why he loves MMA. Evan Elder versus Zai. This fight did not happen in real life. Zai is the favorite. And he gets the submission, a knee bar. So a kind of a crazy submission. I didn't know you had that in your game. All right. Back-to-back performances. He said it was a tough fight, showing respect to Evan Elder. Skipping on to the next one. Cedric Doumbé versus Jonathan Mikulev. This fight did not happen in real life. Cedric Doumbé is the favorite. And Cedric Doumbé gets the knockout punch in round 2. So 3 straight finishes. We've got a badass, a banger of an undercard. 4 straight favorites win. The interviewer asks who he'd be interested in fighting next, and he replies it's a shame that Ronald Paradise, I'm sorry, I don't know who the fuck that is too much of a coward. All right, Cedric Doumbé, he's got some beef with whoever the fuck that is. Moving on, we got Jacob Malkoun versus Torres Finney. It is damn near a pick'em. So, Jacob Malkoun gets the win. A unanimous decision. You know, I mean, I really didn't expect. Did you expect to finish in this fight? No, neither. You know, come on, stop kidding yourself. So, Jacob Malkoun gets the victory over Torres. Inflatable arms, Finney. He would like to fight Mahmoud Meradov. That'd be a tough challenge, he's saying. Okay, moving on. Cam Rouston versus Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is the heavy underdog. Cam Rouston is the huge favorite at a minus 530. Cody Brundage actually gets the victory. A huge underdog victory via knockout punch in round 3. Let's see the knockout. Let's see the metrics. Who was winning that? So Rouston went for a takedown. Had more punches. Had more kicks. Had more elbows. Brundage had some ground strikes. So it looked like, I mean, if they didn't get a takedown, this must have been, was it a knockout? Just a straight knockout punch. So I don't know. It might have been pretty even in round 3 though, leading up into round 3. But Cody Brundage, the heavy underdog, getting it done, man. As you can see, go through his fight history. It's just loss, no contest, win, draw, loss, and he is back in the win column. I'm sorry, but losing to Cody Brundage, man, that is not a good look. I'm sorry, Cam Rouston. He praises Rouston for a tough fight. Next up, we got Junior Tafa moving down to light heavyweight versus Billy Elikana. Billy getting it done in real life. Billy is the huge favorite, one of the biggest favorites on the card, on minus 650. You know, if Tafa gets this shit done, no, Billy Elikana gets it done via rear naked choke, round 1. Fight was rated as great, so he makes easy work of Junior Tafa. He's asked who he'd like to fight next, and he thinks Ian Cutelaba would be a great contest. There's no doubt about it. He knows how to talk with the best of them. You know what? Maybe we can do that for you, Billy Elikana. Maybe we can get you versus Ian Cutelaba. Next up, Dustin Jacoby versus Jimmy the fucking Brute Crute. Jacoby getting a crazy, brutal knockout at the last fight night. Bautista versus Oliveira. He moved up into the rankings. He is the underdog on this fight. Just slightly, though. But Jimmy the Crute gets it done via unanimous decision, and the fight was rated as good. So Dustin Jacoby loses this fight. Jimmy Crute looking good. Gets the victory. Moving on. He praises Jacoby for his skills and toughness. The featured fight of the prelims, we got Bam Bam Tai Tuivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira. This was one of the worst fights I have ever seen in real life. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating it. It was exciting in the 3rd round until Tuivasa gassed out. He is the huge underdog. I mean, is it shocking? We can just go look at his fight history. He's on a 5-fight losing streak, and he is still ranked. He has fought, you know, top-level guys, but regardless, he's facing Taliesin Teixeira, who I think has only had 2 fights at this point into the UFC. Obviously winning in real life via kind of a smudge fest. He didn't look that impressive, but Bam Bam gets the victory. Taliesin Teixeira loses. Bam Bam is in the fucking win column. Bam Bam is in the crowd whipping shoeies. We got Volkanovski versus Evloev, 325 in Australia. Bam Bam getting the victory off of 5 straight losses, doing shoeies in the crowd, going crazy. Bam Bam gets the victory, back in the win column. Taliesin Teixeira, what the fuck? A minus 540. Unanimous decision. Let's see the fight metrics. Taliesin lands 1 of 4 takedowns, only 7 combined significant strikes. That's pretty pathetic. Teixeira landing 12 more punches. Teixeira landed more kicks, but Tuivasa, I guess. I mean, I guess he had 3 more significant strikes. Okay, so Teixeira took him down and did literally nothing on the ground. He didn't even attempt a submission. He had 0 ground strikes. He took him down, smothered him. Tuivasa, I guess, was working on the ground, and Teixeira doing his best Gelton Almeida performance. Tai Tuivasa. It doesn't matter if it's not a knockout. He gets it done. He is back in the win column. And he's running. The Tai Tuivasa title run starts now. Here we go. He's interviewer asks who he's interested in fighting next, and he brings up Vadim Nemkov, one of the best heavyweights not in the UFC in the entire world. You know what? We might have to do that. Nemkov versus Tuivasa for Nemkov's first fight in the UFC. Moving on to the main card, we have Quillen fucking Salkild versus Jamie Mullarkey. Quillen Salkild, one of the best lightweight prospects in the UFC. Currently, he is, for some reason, a huge underdog in this. Maybe the people who made this mod, because WMMA5, if you don't know, it's not, if you buy it, you download it, it's not going to have the UFC fighters in it, because obviously it's not licensed by the UFC. This is all a mod pack, so people have to make the fighters' attributes, and they do all of this. So I guess whoever made this shit does not rock with Quillen Salkild. I'll have to tinker with Salkild. If he's a plus 500 and Jamie Mullarkey is a minus 630, either Jamie Mullarkey's like, they buffed the fuck out of him, or they're just hating on Salkild. Who knows? I mean, this will be tough if Salkild loses. I'll have to go see what his stats look like. We'll go play by play. It's the main card. Mark Goddard is the referee. Our judges. Salkild is fighting in front of the home crowd. He gets a big pop, obviously. The Aussie boy. There's the opening bell. Mullarkey comes forward, walking Salkild down. Salkild fires off a counter jab. Showing off good hand speed, Mullarkey lands one of the flurry of 3 punches and lands a straight right. They engage in the center. Salkild uses a left jab, but has a right hand taken on the gloves. Let me know if you like the me reading it off or just simming it. Like, I don't know if it's just annoying me reading it quickly, if it's too hard for you guys to keep up. It will flash red, or it will show red for like a takedown attempt or a big power punch. So pretty much anything but that is kind of just describing what is happening. So they engage in the middle. Salkild slips past a right hook attempt, attacks with 2 jabs, followed by a right cross. Salkild landing early and landing good. He hits a jab but misses a right hook. Mullarkey scores with a left kick to the body. Mullarkey getting some good kicks in. Salkild working the jab and the hooks. They move in to engage. Mullarkey misses a right cross, leaves him wide open for the counter. Salkild comes in with a quick left jab and a right cross that just misses. So nothing too much. Salkild is off target with the left jab, but connects with the right. Quick hands. Mullarkey hits a nice 4-punch combination. I don't know. Salkild might have this. He's had more activity, and he's landing. Even if it's just pitter-patters, he's landing more than Mullarkey. Past the halfway mark, Mullarkey lands 2 left hands in the exchange. Okay, anyways. Salkild connects with a jab, but Mullarkey avoids a big right. So Salkild's looking to land the big overhand. They meet in the center. Mullarkey misses a big right hand, putting him off balance. And Salkild attacks with a clean right hand. Mullarkey uses the left jab, misses a right hook. Salkild lands a left jab, a right cross. We're in the final minute of round 1. So Salkild's looking good. Mullarkey looks for the trip takedown. Mullarkey got Quillen Salkild in the clinch, looking for the takedown. He cannot get it. So Salkild is trying to push his way, so his back is up against the cage. He does so. Now Mullarkey has him pinned to the cage. Salkild is now pinned to the cage. Mullarkey has him in the clinch. Salkild uses some dirty boxing to punish Mullarkey while he's pressed up against the cage. So his back's up against the cage, but he's using that dirty boxing to fight back on Mullarkey. I don't know. I really think after round 1, it's got to be, Salkild is up 10-9. There's a buzz around the building. They can smell a potential upset. Here we go. Round starts. They stand and trade. All the shots were dealt with. They meet in the center, start to strike. Mullarkey counters with a short body kick and a quick left hook. Mullarkey initiates an exchange of strikes. Salkild hits 2 counter lefts. Mullarkey doesn't land any of the 3 strikes he threw. So Mullarkey is just kind of standing there, shadowboxing right now, not really doing much. I mean, he went for the 1 takedown. He had that good body kick early in round 1, but nothing really much. Salkild lands a quick punch. Both fighters step in. well over the halfway point. Salkeld lands a nice jab. They meet in the middle. Malarkey misses with a big right hand. Salkeld counters with a left jab, and the right hand just narrowly fails to connect. So Salkeld is Malarkey's getting bailed out. Salkeld's just missing. Malarkey lands a left hook. Salkeld scores with a brace of jabs and also hits a right cross. They engage. Malarkey misses a jab but hits a hard right. Salkeld scores a jab but misses a roadhouse kick to the body. There's under a minute left of round 2. And I don't know, man. It still might be Quillen Salkeld. Malarkey does not hit with any punches again. Salkeld hits 2 out of a flurry of 3 punches and lands a left hook to the body. Time's up. That's got to be Salkeld. That was a fun round to watch. The judges are saying 10-9 Salkeld. He just needs the last one more round, and it looks like he's coming away with the victory. Malarkey really needs to finish in the final round, or he will lose the fight. Malarkey is pacing, psyching himself up for the final round. Does Jamie Malarkey have it in him to get the quote-unquote supposed upset over Quillen Salkeld? They meet in the center of the strike. Nothing's really landing. Salkeld showing great defense and checks the kick. Salkeld misses with a left jab. An exchange of strikes don't really go anywhere. Salkeld is still moving well, but he's definitely breathing. So Salkeld is getting a little bit tired. Malarkey is now starting to slow down. Both fighters looking a little bit more tired as the fight wanes on into the final 4 minutes of the fight. They engage in the center. Salkeld hits a quick jab. Misses on the body kick. Malarkey finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp 1-2. They go toe-to-toe with a flurry of strikes. Nothing really damaging, though. Salkeld lands a right hook. Malarkey finds his way past his opponent's guard. Malarkey lands another sharp 1-2. He really can't connect. Malarkey just cannot connect really much so far this fight. Salkeld's got his number, it looks like. We would love to see Salkeld get a finish. You know, he's been on this tear in real life of just straight finishing his opponents, but, you know, we'll have to look into him. All right, he's got potential, but a plus 500 against Jamie Malarkey is kind of crazy. The exchange of strikes. We got a minute left, and it's looking like Salkeld's gonna do it unless Jamie Malarkey has anything in his bag with 10 seconds left. Time comes to an end. That was a very close round, but I think Malarkey just about edged it. Here we go. Maybe the judges think Malarkey stole round 1 or 2. Malarkey could do it. The judges scored the contest 30-27, 29-28, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Quillen Salkeld. He gets the huge underdog victory, supposed underdog victory in his hometown. The crowd must be going crazy. Back-to-back Aussie winners, tied to Ivasa, and Quillen Salkeld get the victory. The crowd is going wild. Let's see the fight metrics for this fight. So, just a bunch of jabs, only one significant strike landed for Quillen, nothing for Jamie Malarkey, no kicks, no elbows, no knees, nothing on the ground. He had 3 kicks. So that was he had 30 total strikes, Jamie Malarkey. I'm sorry, but you're not going to win. I mean, Quillen only had 39 strikes, so he had 9 more strikes. I mean, that must be a very lackluster fight. I mean, early on the undercards, we've had a lot of finishes, but it's kind of slowed down since then. I mean, the crowd must be happy because the Australians are winning, but we got Rafael Fiziev versus Marcio Rufi. My cat jumps on the desk. If you hear purring, that is him. I got to get him off this, though. He gets in my face too much. Fiziev is the heavy favorite with Rufi at a plus 300. Fiziev a minus 380. Mark Goddard is the referee for this one. Underway. Fiziev lands 4 quick punches and scores a right cross already. 5 seconds in. Fiziev attacks with strikes. Rufi lands a left hand in the exchange, though. Fiziev lands a jab and he scores with a right hook to the body. Fiziev comes forward. He is walking down Rufi. I mean, this is kind of how round 1 went in their real fight. Fiziev probably took round 1. Rufi stayed composed and got the knockout in the middle of round 2. Fiziev moves in. 3 quick punches. Misses when he attempts a big head kick. Fiziev looking in. 2 counters. Fiziev throws 5 punches, landing none of them, though. He catches Rufi with a low leg kick to the front leg. So he's hitting the oblique kicks. He's trying to go for long combinations, 4-punch, 5-punch combinations. It's kind of crazy. I mean, Fiziev's got that in his bag, but against Rufi, that's a little crazy. Fiziev lands with a quick punch. It doesn't really land. Rufi scores a jab. Fails on the leg kick. The two fighters stand and trade strikes. Nothing really lands. It's damaging, though. Halfway through the first round, Fiziev is stalking Rufi, pressuring him. Rufi really hasn't done anything. He fires off a counter jab, showing good hand speed. Fiziev lands one out of a flurry of 3 punches, but doesn't land anything to the body after a follow-up kick. Fiziev is still walking Rufi down. Rufi lands 2 left hands in the exchange. Fiziev showing good hand speed. Once again lands the 3-punch combo and hits a seething kick to the legs of Rufi. So he's chopping Rufi's legs down, constantly trying to pressure Rufi. So just like the real fight, I mean, Rufi evades a big right-hand punch, and Fiziev is already starting to slow down in round 1. We still have 1:40 in round 1, and Fiziev is starting to slow down. Rufi could do it. I mean, Rufi lands a left hook. Fiziev comes in with 2 quick punches, follows up with a nice low kick to the leg at the end of the round. There's only a minute left. Fiziev comes forward. Jesus Christ, I literally cannot talk. Also, if I'm yapping way too fast, just tell me in the comments. I can slow it down a lot faster. I don't know. I just feel like it's, not like better going faster. Just trying to get more exciting. You know what I'm saying? Rufi lands 2 left hands on the counter. Fiziev moves in behind 5 quick punches, 3 of them finding home, and then he finds a body kick. So once again, Fiziev just going for these killer 5-4 3-punch combos. I mean, I guess you can see kind of why he's already gassed. If you're throwing 4 5-punch combos within 1 round, I mean, Fiziev can do it, but does he got it like that? Fiziev nails 1 quick punch from a flurry and then lands a nice low kick. Round 1 is brought to an end. I'm sure, Fiziev took that one. Rufi really didn't do much. He landed some nice counters, but Fiziev was just stalking him down, landing long combinations. Fiziev attacks with 5 quick punches, lands 2 of them. Once again, he's just hitting the 5, and then finishing it off with a fucking body kick every single time he goes in, man. They engage in the center. Rufi hits a jab. He cannot connect on the right head kick. Fiziev lands a left jab, also hits with a left hook to the body. They come together and strike. Rufi misses the jab, but hits a left roundhouse kick to the body. Quick hands. Fiziev lights up his opponent with 4 quick punches again. They meet in the center. Halfway point through the fight, Fiziev attacks with 4 punches, but misses with the big right hook after the combination. Rufi hits a left jab, scores a great right hook. Will we see a finish on the main card? We are 0 for 2, and 0 for 1. It's not looking good so far. Fiziev is already slowing again. His gas is being challenged with 2 minutes in round 2. Can Rufi do it with Fiziev gassed? Fiziev is clinching up, looking shattered. Rufi gets caught with a couple of nice short punches as Fiziev uses dirty boxing in the clinch. So he's just gassed, holding on to Rufi in the clinch with 2 minutes left in the round 2. Fiziev is trying to wrestle him. Now, Fiziev does it. Rufi is stuck with his back against the cage. Fiziev is breathing very hard. Rufi, I'm sorry, if you don't fucking knock his ass out, that's going to be so disappointing. Fiziev pins Rufi up against the cage. He's just got him in the clinch, landing some nice body shots. Fiziev is trying to lock Rufi into a Muay Thai clinch. That is Fiziev's game. Rufi cannot fight it off and ends up getting caught. There's a minute left in the round. Fiziev loses the Muay Thai clinch after a knee strike misses and gives Rufi the opportunity to wrestle free. So Rufi gets out of the Muay Thai clinch as Fiziev is just constantly breathing heavy. He just doesn't have much of a gas tank in him this fight. I don't know if he's on drugs or what the hell's his problem. Fiziev launches a right head kick Rufi launches a right head kick that did damage, my bad. And Fiziev is hit. It's a huge strike. 10 seconds left. Can Rufi finish the fight? Fiziev covers up, retreating up until he's pressed up against the cage. Wait, I think he's on rubbery legs. He is hurt. So Fiziev's got rubber legs. He's dancing around the cage, up against the cage. Rufi lands a huge right leg head kick. Time expires, and we come to the end of round 2 with only 9 seconds left. Rufi had him rocked at the end of the round. Good effort there. Very exciting round to watch. More, please. That was a very close round, but they think Rufi just about edged it. That huge kick that had Fiziev stuttering at the end of the round might have sold it for Rufi at the end of the round. I don't know what the fuck I'm yapping about. Rufi took round 2 late. is what I'm trying to get at. There's the bell. Round 3. 2 fighters come to engage. Fiziev manages to connect. He cannot land the body kick. Rufi scores with a jab, but is wide on the mark of another head kick attempt. So it's going to come down to Fiziev's gas tank, and if Rufi is on the aggression, I mean, he's been getting walked down. I don't know, man. I might have to score that for Fiziev in the first 2 rounds. He had him in the clinch. I mean, he really didn't have Rufi hurt. Rufi had him the most damage throughout this fight, but he really hasn't done much besides that big head kick. They come to the middle to engage. Fiziev manages to connect with only 1 punch. Hits a kick to the leg, showing great boxing. Rufi throws a flurry of 4 punches, ends with a right hook. They stand and trade in the center of the cage. Neither can really land. Fiziev scores with a single punch out of a flurry, but finds a big right hand just blocked. Rufi lands a left jab that is well off target with a head kick as well. There's an exchange of strikes with 2 minutes left. Nothing really lands. Fiziev, who looks very tired, is starting to clench Rufi now. Fiziev is trying to push Rufi so that his back is up against the cage. Fiziev can't do it. Rufi defended it well. Fiziev looks like he's on the verge of exhaustion. So can Rufi do it? We have 1 minute left in the fight. Can Rufi knock this dude out who has just been gasping for air since halfway point of round 1? Fiziev tries to get Rufi into the Muay Thai clinch again. He cannot do it. Rufi takes control of the grapple. Rufi looks for a takedown. What are we doing, Rufi? He gets the takedown. Fiziev pulls half guard. Rufi fires off a few punches as he catches his breath. Fiziev tries to sweep Rufi. He doesn't get anywhere. Rufi pounds away with punches but does minimal damage. Time expires in round 3, and that's the end of the fight. The takedown might have sealed it for Rufi, man. Getting a huge head kick that had Fiziev rocked and then landing a takedown in round 3. I don't know. I really don't know. Rufi took the scorecards according to the announcers in round 3, so this will be close. Oh, it's a split decision. 29-28 Rufi. 29-28 Fiziev. And your winner by split decision. 29-28. It goes to Marcio Rufi. So Rufi gets it done via split decision. A very, very close fight. Man. That last takedown attempt for the 1 minute, I don't know what the fuck. He was clearly gassed. I don't know what the fuck Rufi was thinking going for a takedown. That is not your game, my guy. You're supposed to be the Brazilian McGregor, and we're shooting takedowns? Oh my, here we go. Let's go to the fight metrics. Rufi landed more significant strikes. Fiziev doubled the jabs. He had a significant amount of more kicks, and that was about it. I mean, yeah, it must have been the one big significant strike and the takedown. Fiziev just looking gassed all the way, kind of just pitter-pattering, fruity pebble punching his way through this fight. He didn't really land anything that good on Rufi past like the first round. So Rufi gets done. He says he was not happy about the result and felt it should have been a clear unanimous decision. I don't know, man. You doubled your jabs, but I guess you landed 2 more and you got a takedown. For the featured fight of the night, we have Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. Obviously, Saint Denis gets it done in real life. Dan Hooker is the favorite, though, in this fight. Will there be a finish on the main card? This has a very good chance to end up in a finish. This probably has the best chance of all the fights to end up with a finish on the main card, at least. Fight begins. Hooker lands 4 or 5 punches and tries to follow with a body kick, but he misses. And as he goes for the body kick, Benoit Saint Denis shoots for a takedown, and he gets it. Hooker gets taken down by a single leg. That's one thing. I don't know, man. Hitting the body kicks, trying to get kicks off against Benoit is kind of crazy. Saint Denis fires off a couple punches as he's got the Dan Hooker on his back. Saint Denis tries to pound on Hooker, but with all the blows comfortably dealt with. So Hooker trying to pull guard. Saint Denis fires away with some lefts, does little damage. Saint Denis fires away with more punches. So, I mean, it looks like Saint Denis got the pitter-patter, fruity pebble punches. He can't do shit against Dan Hooker, and it's not like Hooker, as someone who shies away or has crazy defense. Once again, he's trying to just ground and pound. This is like 2 minutes straight. He just cannot do anything. He throws some punches to the body. Mark Goddard decides that there's a lack of progress and he stands him back up. So Dan Hooker doing a very good job negating really any damage on the ground. St. Denis shoots hard as soon as they stand right back up for a takedown. He cannot get past it. Good sprawl by Dan Hooker. Hooker confidently comes closer. So, yeah, if he already stuffed a takedown, negated damage on the ground, Hooker must be pretty confident in feeling himself. St. Denis is looking to get close. Hooker's aggressively took the initiative, though. Attacking with a quick flurry. Hooker lands three of three punches, okay? He lands all 3 punches and then hits a body kick. It looked like we're about to see a shot from St. Denis, but Hooker was aggressive and took the initiative. So, St. Denis just wants to take Hooker down, control him, get off the ground and pound, but Hooker is doing a good job negating that. He just needs to keep St. Denis on the back foot. Hooker comes in with 4 quick punches, landing 3 of them. So Hooker's nice, landing some nice 3-punch combinations and trying to follow it up with a body kick after. He's had success so far in round 1. Setting it up with excellent timing, St. Denis comes forward, shoots another takedown. This is his 3rd takedown attempt, but he cannot get it. Tries to shoot for the single leg, but Dan Hooker does a good job fighting it off. St. Denis shoots another takedown. This time he does. It's an outside leg trip. Dan Hooker gets taken down with 30 seconds left in round 1. So St. Denis just spamming takedowns. Hooker is up sitting. His leg's trapped. And Hooker's back is up against the cage. Hooker pounds away. He cannot land anything significant. 10-9 in favor of St. Denis. So, due to sheer takedown volume, St. Denis looks to have stole the round. Hooker, don't mind my dog. Hooker did a good job negating really anything in that round, but due to the activity of the spamming takedown, it's kind of like a Marab round. St. Denis is looking like he was going to shoot already 10 seconds into round 2. Quick flurry. St. Denis shoots for another takedown. Holy shit. Hooker defends it well. Hooker's got to fire off a knee up the middle, man. If he's going to keep shooting these takedowns. Another takedown attempt. As he's got Hooker trapped up against the cage. He's a nice inside leg trip, and Hooker is forced to pull half guard. So this is I think St. Denis' 4th takedown of the fight, 4th or 5th. He's attempted 7 already. St. Denis pounds away. He just cannot land. It's just Hooker just defending very well on the ground. Just no damage. Hooker cannot get off, or St. Denis cannot get off any ground and pound. Hooker's defense on the ground is looking very impressive. Halfway point through round 2. St. Denis throws a few left hands to the body. He's mainly kind of trying to catch his breath, St. Denis, so he's already looking tired. Dan Hooker really isn't worried about anything. It's just the smother fest, the control time of St. Denis. St. Denis passes to side control. He does not have time, and Hooker starts scrambling. St. Denis ends up on the bottom with Hooker in side control. So after a good scramble, Hooker pounds away with his left hands, trying to get some ground and pound now as he's on top of St. Denis. St. Denis tries to move guard, but Hooker does not allow it. So this might steal the round. If Hooker can land anything significant on the ground, Hooker might take round 2. No damage, really. St. Denis tries to pull guard on Hooker. It doesn't go anywhere, though. Hooker pounds away, but St. Denis calmly deals with them. Transition. St. Denis wins that round 10-9. So it looks like Benoit is just getting a complete smother fest. No one's really landing any ground and pound. We've got some good back defense, or good defense from our backs. Hooker's in deep trouble with only 1 round remaining. I think he needs a finish, or he's going to lose this fight as the favorite. Hooker's corner is giving him a pep talk. Hooker is looking more psyched up, and it is now or never. He needs to go for the finish. Will Dan Hooker go for the finish? Does he have it in him? Or will St. Denis just get the takedown and smudge him via unanimous decision? Hooker comes in with 5 quick punches, landing all 5 of them. So a huge combination to start the round. Hooker moves in behind another 5 quick punches, landing 4 of them. So landing 9 punches in a span of 20 seconds. Okay, Hooker. For the first time, Hooker's starting to breathe heavy. So Hooker's already breathing heavy, and as soon as he starts breathing heavy, St. Denis gets the single leg takedown. Hooker is dealing with the blows easily. St. Denis tries to pound on Hooker, but nothing lands comfortably. once again just tries to initiate any ground and pound, but both fighters having good defense, good ground defense against the ground and pound this fight. Just once again, Saint Denis looking for anything. I mean, it's just been the story of this fight. No progress made. The referee stands him up with a minute. Does Dan Hooker have it in him? He lands a spinning back kick to the chest. Saint Denis appears to be going for the takedown, but Hooker took the initiative first. 40 seconds for Dan Hooker to get the finish. Will he do it? Saint Denis shoots in for a takedown with 20 seconds left. Hooker gets out of it. Saint Denis uses a position to drive Hooker up against the cage, and it looks like, Saint Denis gets taken down by a leg trip, and the fight comes down, but they score at 10-9 Hooker. Too little, too late. All three judges give the scorecard 29-28. Unanimous decision. God of War, Saint Denis. And a complete smudge fest. 5 of 9 takedowns and 0. He landed absolutely 0 punches, kicks, elbows, knees. He did not land a single strike standing up. That is fucking insane. Benoit Saint Denis did land 112 ground strikes, 0 power strikes. So he Jaltanel made it his way into the victory. So we saw the complete opposite of what we saw earlier. What was the fight? Taliesin Teixeira, where he kind of smudged his way, but he lost. Benoit Saint Denis smudged his way. I mean, I guess if you just see the 112 ground strikes that are all just the pitter-patter, fruity pebble punches. But I mean, Hooker was doing damage. I mean, the total strikes obviously is going to be way in favor of Saint Denis and the activity of the takedowns. But that is not a good showing from Benoit Saint Denis, especially against someone like Dan Hooker, who is just coming back very soon after losing to Arman Tsarukyan, not getting a single significant strike. He shows a lot of respect to Dan Hooker, praises his toughness. Now, moving on to the co-main event. JDM versus Carlos Prates in what should be an absolute war. JDM versus Carlos Prates in the co-main event of the evening. JDM is the very, very slight favorite. If this was real life, man, I don't know. Dan Murgliata, holy shit, I can't talk, is the referee. If this was real life, I might go for Prates. He just, until he shows he can't fucking knock someone out, man, it's not like JDM's going to wrestle fuck him. So, in a primarily striking battle, I know JDM's boxing is cracked. But Prates' power is something different, man. The two fighters touch gloves. Madalena, right as I said it, he's not going to wrestle fuck Prates. Madalena sets up a nice takedown attempt, and he does not land it. Prates does a good job defending it. While Prates is not going down, JDM settles for pushing him against the cage. So JDM has Prates up against the cage. That is a good spot if you're JDM. He shoots in for another takedown attempt, but Prates gets his leg free. He's able to circle back to the center of the cage. So we're 2 minutes in. JDM firing off 2 takedown attempts already. Literally spoke it into existence, I guess. Prates scores 4 out of a flurry of 4 punches and lands with a hard low kick. So it gets a nice combination and finishes it up with a good low kick. JDM hits a nice jab. A flurry of 5 punches from Prates, landing 3 of them. And then he hits a nice seething leg kick to the legs of Jack Della Maddalena. JDM is limping pretty heavily as he circles around, so Prates must have landed something crazy on that lead leg of JDM. JDM's limping after 2 leg kicks. Prates comes forward. That's a good job negating the wrestling of JDM, or the takedown attempts from JDM, just attacking that lead leg. He hasn't shot since. Prates feints to one side, causing Maddalena to react, leaving himself off balance. Prates hits 2 punches, lands a vicious left hand, and JDM comes forward, shoots a takedown after he gets rocked. The takedown is completed. Prates is on his back, and he pulls guard. That is JDM's first takedown in 3 attempts. We're past the halfway point. JDM is trying to pass guard. He's struggling. He cannot find a way to pass guard, and he remains stuck. JDM is trying to get past the guard. He eventually passes, but only into half guard. JDM may have passed, but Prates is making JDM work very hard on the ground. So Prates showing a very, very much improved ground and grappling against I mean, his last primarily grappling match was against Ian Gary, and he looked hopeless. So the round ends. Here we go. 10-9 Prates. I would have to agree. Prates did land some crazy significant strikes with the jab and the lead leg kick. Round 2 starts. JDM shoots for another takedown. Prates does a good job negating that, but he's got Prates up against the cage, going for another takedown. Prates, desperate, grabs the cage. Oh no, the referee spots that a bit of cheating, gives Prates a verbal warning. Do not grab the cage. So JDM just firing off takedown attempts, but Prates gets caught grabbing the cage, and he shoots another takedown. JDM gets Prates to the mat. Prates ends up sitting, his legs trapped under JDM with his back pressed up against the cage. Madalena tries to put Prates in a guillotine. Okay, so something I did not expect JDM to do. He's got Prates up against the cage. He's got him going for a guillotine, or JDM is going for a guillotine. Madalena gets the guillotine, applies the pressure, and Prates has to tap. Prates gets tapped out via guillotine early round 2. Your winner by submission, JDM. I know JDM's a good wrestler, but I did not expect to see him absolutely fucking wrestle Mog in a minute into round 2. He gets the guillotine. That fight was fantastic. 2 of 6 takedowns in about a round, in about 6 minutes. Yeah, it was 6 minutes of fight time. So JDM was shooting a takedown a fucking minute. Prates had more strikes, some nice kicks, and JDM had 2 punches the entire fight. That's kind of crazy. It was literally the spamming of the takedown. 2 punches, 0 kicks, 0 elbows, 0 knees. We get our first finish of the main card. Sucks it had to be Prates. I like both these fighters. But, I mean, JDM not throwing a single punch? What are we doing? I know it's dangerous to strike with Prates. JDM's asked who he wants to fight next. He's like, Mike, give me the fucking belt back. We're getting the belt back for Volk. We're getting the belt back for myself. He wants to fight Islam Makhachev. All right, I don't know about that, buddy. Get ready to learn. Fucking Ian Gary, my guy. You're not fighting for the belt, all right? I'm sorry. You're not fighting for the belt. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Alexander Volkanovski versus Movsar Evloev. Can Volk do it? Can he retain his belt? A huge favorite, a minus 350. Movsar a plus 270. Jason Herzog is the referee. There's the opening bell. They touch gloves. Nothing really significant landing. The 2 fighters engage. Evloev scores with a single punch, but is off target with a head kick. Volkanovski showing good head movement. That's what we like to see. Volkanovski lands a quick punch, but has his right hook blocked. There's a takedown attempt from Evloev showing great power and speed, something we know what was coming. Volkanovski gets taken down. He is forced to pull guard. Evloev keeps Volkanovski guessing with a few quick strikes. Evloev does not allow Volkanovski to pull them towards the cage, though. So they're in the open mat, in the middle of the ring. Evloev pounds away with his right hands. He's not doing much damage. Evloev is having problems keeping control of Volkanovski, who pulls them both towards the side of the cage. Using the cage, Volkanovski walks up but cannot break free of the control of Evloev. Evloev looks for another takedown. He cannot get it, so Volkanovski is doing a good job against the cage. That is where he wants to work. He does not want to be in the open mat where Movsar is his most dangerous. Evloev is getting control up against the cage and eats a sharp right to the ear, so that's what we like to fucking see. Evloev takes a knee strike to the inside of his own knee. Ugh. Okay, Volk. Volk scores with a glancing elbow strike from the clinch. Evloev takes a sharp stomp to the foot, so Evloev is just getting elbow, foot stomped, knees to his knees. Like, Volk is putting a fucking beat down right now. Volkanovski catches Evloev with a knee strike to the thigh. So Volkanovski busting out the fucking tool bag. 4 minutes into round 1, Evloev takes a knee strike just above the hip. So Volk is working these knees. Knee in his knees, knee in his thighs, knee in his hips, knee into the body. Volkanovski is smothering Evloev against the cage using his dirty boxing. That is what we like to see, though no progress is being made. Jason Herzog separates the fighters. Volkanovski moves in, preparing a throw. Volkanovski hits a left hand, but Evloev evades a big punch. Evloev is looking like he was going to shoot, but Volkanovski took the initiative first. Volkanovski showing his high IQ fight style. Attacking with intent, Volkanovski scores with a 3 of 4 flurry of punches, and he misses the low kick. Round 1 expires. They are thinking it is 10-9 Volkanovski. That is what we like to see. Round 2, Volkanovski is looking to come in for some strikes. Volkanovski was more aggressive and takes the initiative early in round 2, landing all 4 punches and hits a nice low kick. Though once he shoots hits the low kick, Evloev shoots in for the takedown, and he gets the takedown. Volkanovski has to pull guard again. This is something we all know is coming. It's just, can you negate the smudge? Can you negate the ground and pound from Evloev, which Volk has done a nice job doing that. Evloev keeps Volkanovski guessing. Evloev passes the side control, doesn't really have time to secure position. Volkanovski starts to scramble again. They're back onto their feet, and Volk drives him up against the cage again. So this is where Volk had him in round 1, just knees to the body, knees to the thighs, knees to the legs, stomping on the feet. Evloev uses his wrestling skills to prevent Volk from throwing any knee strikes, so that's what Volk wants to do. Drive him up against the cage, get into the dirty boxing, get into the clinch, drive his knees into his thighs. Evloev takes a knee strike just above the hip. So a nice body shot from the knee of Volkanovski. Volkanovski is now smothering Evloev against the cage, hits him with a knee strike to the ribs. Volkanovski hits Evloev, who is pressed up against the cage, with a short uppercut. Evloev is now trapped up against the cage. Volkanovski hits him with a quick elbow, so just getting punished with dirty boxing, knees, elbows, anything. Volk is looking dominant as ever in this fight, looking to finish it, make a statement on the division, and make a statement that he is one of the best of all time. Volkanovski tries some dirty boxing, but Evloev gets out of it. Volkanovski ends up back against the cage. The referee, Jason Herzog, ends up stepping in and moves him back to the center. We have a minute left of round 2. Volkanovski took the initiative. Evloev is looking to looking for the takedown. A punch from Volkanovski fails to land. We got a minute left. Volkanovski throws a quick punch. It doesn't hit. And there's the takedown attempt from Evloev. Volkanovski pulls guard. Evloev pounds away, but no damage. That is nothing new. Evloev has problems keeping control. Volkanovski back up against the cage. Volkanovski stands up by bracing against the cage, but cannot shake Evloev, who is just controlling him. They scrambled. Evloev slips control. Round 2 ends. Good effort there. That was a more exciting round to fight. They're scoring that 10-9 Evloev. I don't know, man. He had 2 takedowns, but Volk did more damage. We cannot be rewarding these smudgers. I don't know, man. Round 3. Big round from Volk. He cannot afford to get taken down and smudged for a round. Evloev comes forward. The 2 fighters trading blows. Volkanovski hits with a counter left hand. Evloev throws a floor punch flurry and hits a kick to the ribs, but Volkanovski deals with it. There's a takedown from Evloev. He gets it. Volkanovski pulls guard again. So that is where we don't want to see Volk. As long as he can get to the cage and work that dirty boxing, that is where we want to see Volk. Volkanovski manages to put Evloev up against the cage again. But Evloev stops Volkanovski from cage walking, something he has done tremendously well throughout this fight. They're on the ground. Evloev fires some punches. Nothing really there, though. Volkanovski stands. Evloev cannot shake the control, though. So Evloev going for another takedown. Volkanovski defending it well. Volkanovski is trapped against the cage. Evloev shoots for another takedown. He gets it. He trips Volkanovski to the mat. A beautiful technique, they're saying. They're kind of glazing Evloev right now. So that's like 4 or 5 takedowns right now. Volkanovski needs to do something. He needs to land something big because so far he's getting smudged this round. Evloev stops Volkanovski from cage walking again. Evloev tries to put a lock into Volkanovski and tries to lock Volkanovski in a choke. And he tried to put Volk in a guillotine. Volk fights it off well, though. Volkanovski manages to fight his way to standing up. Evloev tries to foot stomp Volk, but he wrestles free, scrambles out, circles back to the center of the cage. The final minute of the round, final minute into round 3. Nothing's really landing on the feet. Nothing too surprising there, at least on Evloev's part. Volkanovski moves into the pocket, and he's looking for a big right hand, but it just misses. Round 3 ends. 10-9 Evloev. I would have to agree with the announcers there. They have Evloev up on their scorecard. Volk, you cannot go out like this. Volk, please. I need this. Volkanovski lands a left hand and hits Evloev with a straight right. Nothing really landing. Volkanovski knows the takedown's coming. Volk working the pocket. He hits a nice leg kick and a left jab. Evloev's looking for the takedown, but Volkanovski just putting the pressure. That's what Volkanovski needs to do. He needs to apply the pressure and hit in close. Do not allow separation for the takedown attempt. Both fighters come together to exchange. That's what he needs to do. Evloev does not connect with any of the 4 quick punches, but he hits a right hand, showing great boxing. Volkanovski throws a flurry of 3 punches and ends with a right hook. And now Volkanovski is starting to slow down. Oh, that's not good. 2 minutes left. Evloev scores a 1 punch out of a sudden flurry and lands a left kick to the rib cage. Volkanovski's landing. So both fighters are landing nice combinations, 3 to 4 punch combinations, and looking to finish with a nice body kick at the end. Volk's looking for some jabs. Nothing too much landing there. He's walking Evloev down now. Evloev is the manager as a counter. Evloev gets suckered in by a feint and is left exposed. This could be it. Stepping in, Volkanovski throws 5 quick punches, 3 which land, but Evloev avoids the big right overhand meaty hook from Volkanovski. That would have been a huge momentum swing from Volk. 1 minute and 30 left of round 4. Volkanovski needs this round. Volkanovski comes in with a flurry of 5 punches, avoids the low kick. There's a minute left in the round. The 2 fighters engage, so Evloev has not shot a single takedown in round 4. Maybe he's a little bit more gassed. Evloev hits 2 punch combination. Volkanovski throwing another 5 punch combination, and he misses the big right hand. So Volk is just looking for that knockout. Evloev lands his left hand in the exchange. So Volk is looking for 4 to 5 punch combinations and then finishing it up with a big right hand. Round ends 10-9 Volkanovski. That would mean 1 round remaining. He thinks they're dead even. So the announcers think it is tied. Volkanovski, Evloev. Last round, let's get it. Volk, we need a huge round from you, my guy. We are all rooting for Volkanovski in this fight. Evloev nails a quick 1 punch and a flurry, but nothing really landing. Volkanovski nails 2 quick punches from the flurry and lands a right hook. So nothing crazy. 3.5 minutes left. Both fighters not really landing. Evloev is starting to slow down now. Evloev shoots in for the takedown. If he gets this could be the fight. This could be the momentum swing that he needs, and he gets it. Volkanovski gets taken down, and he has to pull guard. That is not good. Volkanovski's not troubled by any of the strikes, though. He bursts into life, tries to scramble into better position. Evloev is too quick, so Volk might have expended all of his energy, his last little bit of energy he had, trying to get that nice scramble, but Evloev saw it. He secures him. Evloev pounds away, looking for some ground and pound. Volkanovski tries to move guard, so Evloev is just holding him to the ground, trying to get some ground and pound off, but Volk does a good job negating it. Evloev catches his breath and guard. He unloads some right hands. Once again, Volk's on his back. It's not looking good. Yep. And it looks like the referee stands him up with 9 seconds left. Time expires. 10-9 Evloev. The official scorecards reported now being 48-48. 48-47 Volkanovski, 48-47 Evloev. If it's a split draw, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, Volkanovski and Mobzar. I mean, I'll take it. I guess I'll take it. That means, Mobzar, you are never getting another opportunity to fight for the fucking belt. You smudged Volk with 3 minutes left, getting no damage off. Volk's the fucking man. He gets a split draw. Volk retains the belt. It was an average fight. Let's see the fight metrics. So Evloev shot 8 takedowns, landing 6 of them. He did absolutely fuck all on the feet. He only landed 58 ground strikes. He did try for a submission. Volk mixing in everything well. 5 knees, 2 elbows, 4 kicks, 46 punches, and he did have a significant strike in the fight. So a split draw. Volk retains the belt. Wow. Okay. That is the end of the UFC 325. Kind of a lackluster fight card, or kind of a lackluster card if I do have to say so for myself, especially ending a championship fight on a draw. Come on, man. You never want to see a draw. Oh, man. That's ugly. You had one finish on the main card, JDM getting a guillotine on Prates. We had a lot of smothering for some reason. You had BSD smothering Dan Hooker, JDM kind of smothering Prates, Movsar trying to smother Volkanovski, and on to the prelims. Early prelims were fantastic. I mean, you had a Kimura, a knee bar, a knockout, and a knockout, rear naked choke. So there was a lot of finishes on the undercard, but the main card kind of did not really deliver. I mean, Quillen gets the victory. Bam Bam gets the win. The title run starts now for Tuivasa. Volkanovski retains the belt against Movsar. So yeah, that's UFC 325. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it was kind of lackluster. You ended with a majority draw. That's just crazy. But at least Evloev is not the champion, and he is going to never touch the fucking belt again. All right, he's gonna have to go on some Bilal Muhammad, Lerone fucking Murphy type run, 9 straight, to really fight for the belt again. I don't give a damn unless the top contenders in the featherweight division, no one really shows anything. Maybe we run it back. What do you guys think? Do we run it back? Volk Evloev 2? Or do we say, fuck Evloev? He just smotherfucked Volk the last round. Did do nothing. What do you guys think? Do we run it back? Volk Evloev 2? Or do we try to get Volk versus another one of the top contenders? Let me know. That was it for UFC 325. If you enjoyed it, let me know if there's any fights you want to see. Anything specific. Comment down below. If you made it this far to the end of the video, thank you. Love you. Bye.